You ever read something and get that feeling of, holy shit, is this writer a mind reader? Have they been reading my diary? Or stalking me with a camera? Get out of my head! Yeah, I'd say that's the kind of feeling a relatable character evokes. To write a relatable character or a relatable moment is precisely to demonstrate impressive mind reading capabilities. Putting it that way, it's kind of obvious why the everyman is not relatable. You can't write a character who's relatable to everyone, because things that are common to everyone is generally common knowledge. We already know that people go to high school in their teenage years and people have crushes sometimes and probably get butterflies in their stomachs when in the proximity of said crushes. It's been done to death. You don't need to be a mind reader or even to have experienced it to know about it. Granted, there might be occasionally a universal human experience that no one has managed to put into words despite every human having allegedly experienced it, and you might be the one to finally put it into words, but if you're writing an everyman, that's not what you're doing. You're trying to make an appealing outfit that people would actively want to wear by putting together the most basic items of clothing that anyone would wear. No one will look at that outfit and be like, oh my god, that outfit is so me. It fits my vibes perfectly. You have to choose an actual aesthetic direction and lean into it. That's not to say that narrowing your focus alone would be enough. If you're writing an awkward nerd or a queer person or an adoptee or a twin, not everyone is that thing, but it doesn't mean everyone who is that thing will automatically relate. Stereotypes aren't always bad and people sometimes fit them in real life, but in terms of sheer relatability, not mentioning any moral impacts of stereotypes with respect to representation or whatever, stereotypes are common knowledge. To play a stereotype straight and have that be all a character is without adding anything unexpected is, again, showing the reader something they already know about and know that other people know about. Even if it is accurate to their experiences, they could surmise that you thought to portray it that way because you've read about it somewhere, and not get that feeling of, oh my god, how do they know? You might realize this definition kind of explains how something can get less relatable depending on when it was written. Relatable comics about awkward nerds were relatable at first, but then they kind of got saturated, which makes them less relatable. But the characters are still awkward nerds, and so are their target audience. Sure, maybe you start getting people hopping onto the bandwagon just because it's popular and that undermines the authenticity of the new works coming out. But even the ones coming from a genuine place become less relatable because the characters and experiences being portrayed are now common knowledge. It's no longer impressive to know about pop culture reference X because everyone does. It's the same principle. Okay, so what else is not necessarily relatable? Flaws. Yep, flaws. Like being lazy or being shy or struggling to accept help. They're seen as like relatable flaws. But it really depends on how the flaws are portrayed. Like, why are you shy? And because like it's different for everyone. It's different for each different person. The character specific brand of shyness might not match yours. For example, being shy is often portrayed as being afraid to look silly or dumb and everyone laughing at you. But sometimes it's just being afraid of wasting people's time. Struggling to accept help, that's often portrayed as being afraid of looking weak. But sometimes it's more about being afraid to waste people's time. And wanting to die, so that's often portrayed as because your life sucks. But sometimes it's more about, you guessed it, being afraid of wasting people's time. Okay, maybe a different example. Being easily taunted by insults. That's often portrayed as a character who's easily taunted is often portrayed as quick-tempered. They want to yell at and punch the insulter, being like, how dare you? No one calls me chicken, or whatever. But for me, I am easily taunted by certain insults, but only certain specific insults that I consider patently untrue in an important way. Like, if someone calls me ugly, I don't give a crap, but there was this one person who said I sucked at drawing, and I was pissed because I feel like they only said it because of my opinions on generative AI. And I don't react in the stereotypical quick-tempered way. I tend to go full sea lion and be like, oh, what do you mean by that? And be like, Okay, if you think that's true, then you'd have no problem doing this, right? And I just tend to let that insult live in my head rent free until it's disproven. Yeah, person who insulted my drawings, I'm coming for you. Maybe. Maybe not. I'm probably half over it by now. Anal, bang bros, BDSM, blowjob, boobies, coming, cum shot, cunt, dick, dildo, fuck ass, gangbang, genital, grope, ISIS, molest, suicide, poops, rape, shat, shit, slut,